So this was our last class problem. So we are discussing in the second case. This is the problem belongs to design of crankshaft. So in design of crankshaft, there are two ways are there. One is a uh, crank at the dead center and crank at an angle subjected to the maximum twisting moment. So dead center criteria we completed. Now we are in the second criteria when the crankshaft is at an angle subjected to maximum torque. Okay, so that is the title here. It's subjecting at an angle theta. Okay, so subjecting to maximum twisting moment. And now see here, already we calculated tangential force and radial force. So what is the cause of this tangential force and so what is the cause of generating this tangential force and radial force? Because of the FQ force is acting on the crankshaft. This FQ force is nothing but due to the gas force creating on the piston surface that is distributed over the connecting rod, and through the connecting rod on the crank pin crankshaft, the FQ force is going to generate it. So because of this FQ force, see here, continuously the connecting rod is forcing on the crankshaft. So while it is forcing, so this crankshaft is subjected to the radial force and as well as tangential force. So what are those? Here I calculated this one, tangential force and radial force we calculated here. And now see here the continuation of this problem. Due to the tangential force, there will be two reactions at the bearing 1 and 2. So here bearing is located at this end and another bearing is located at this end. Okay, so at the two ends, two bearings we have. This is a one bearing, this is a second bearing. So because of this tangential force, Ft force, we have two reactions at bearing 1 and bearing 2. So what are those? So the reactions I'm calculating here: horizontal tangential force reaction at the one bearing HT1, horizontal tangential force at bearing 2 HT2. So this equations also we already derived in the design procedure. So the equation directly I'm writing Ft into B1 by B. So what is B1? Already we solved this one. Just I want to show again what is that B1B. So see here, this is the HT1, this is the HT2, this is the B2, B1. So B is the 2D, total is 800. B1, B2 is a 400. Okay. So FT, how much we got? FT, we got 84 kilonewtons. FR 94 kilonewtons, 94.6 kilonewtons. So FT is 84 kilonewtons into B1 is 400, B is 800. So 2, that is nothing but 84 by 2 means 42 kilonewtons. So why I am writing kilonewtons? Because this is the 84 in a kilonewtons. And HT2 is FT2 into FT into B2 by B. So FT 84, B2 400 because it is a symmetrical, B is 800. So same answer we can expect. So this HT1, HT2 because of the FT force acting on the crankshaft. And on the crankshaft there will be another force acting due to the FQ, that is FR. So this FR force is acting at the bearing 1 and 2, same manner in the previous case. So what are those? FR1, FR2. So what is Fr1 here? Radial force at first bearing. That is Fr into B1 by B. Fr into B2 by B. So because B1, B2 are the same values, B is the same value, so both will get the same answer. So what is this? 94.6 into 400 by 800. So that is 94 by 2, which means 4, 2487.3 kilonewtons. Because 94.6 kilonewtons. So that is the reason I am writing the kilonewtons. Okay. Now one by one parameters I am calculating now. The first one, design of the crank pin Listen, Babu, especially in this crankshaft, the starting parameters, whatever I'm calculating, HT1, HT2, H1, H2, V1, V2, these are all common for the uh, here in this syllabus. We are discussing about side crankshaft, center crankshaft. So this, whatever the parameters I am calculating, this one and previous, at the beginning of the design procedure. So these are all parameters. Okay. So these all parameters are common for these two type of crankshaft. What are these two? Side crankshaft, center crankshaft. Okay. At the beginning of the design procedure, whatever the parameters are, what are the parameters here? H1, H2, V2, V3, HT1, HT2, and what is this? FR1, FR2, and T1 plus T2. So what are the parameters are there at the beginning of the design procedure? Beginning of the design procedure means this is the design procedure. Means design procedure from this point is starting. Okay. To solve this design procedure, these all parameters we require. So these all parameters are common for the side crankshaft and center crankshaft. Remember this point. Okay. And now designing the first point, design of crankshaft pin. So crankshaft pin is denoted by DC. DC is nothing but size of the crank pin. It is calculated in terms of mm. How much? I don't know. So that is the question mark here. So we know that the bending moment at the center of the crank pin MC, bending moment for the crank pin MC is HR1 into B2. So why HR1 into B2 I'm calculating here. This line diagram, remembering this line diagram is very important, Babu. HR1, see here, the bending moment, vertical for HR1 into B2, force into perpendicular distance. Okay. At any cost, you have to remember this line diagram of the side crankshaft and center crankshaft, because the question is mentioned particularly center crankshaft. So that's the reason I taken this diagram. Okay. So HR1 into B2. So what is HR1? Already we calculated 47.3 kilonewtons into B2, how much? 400. This also we calculated. So 47.3 into 400. How much calculated? 47.3 into 400. So that is 189, 220 kilo Newton mm. Okay. Now piston movement at the crank pin. This is the bending movement at the crank pin. Twisting movement at the crank pin. T suffix C I am writing. That is HT1 into R. So where is HT1 at the end of the first bearing? This is the one. HT1 into R. What is the R? This total crank radius. So that is 42 into crank radius. How much? Crank radius will be given in the question 300. So now how much? 42 into 3, 1200 plus this 260, 600, 600 kilo Newton mm. So I am writing kilo here because the answer is already available in kilonewtons. Now equivalent twisting moment for the crank pin is square root of m square plus t square. So why I am taking this equation? Because when a machine element subjected to the combination of uh, stresses, combination means the element is subjected to the biaxial stress system, we need to take this equation. So T is equal to square root of m square plus t square, that is 189.20 square plus 12,600 square. Now how much? Tell me this one. The answer should be in a kilonewton mm. So how much? Square root of 18920 square, 12600 square. Double two 740. 740 kilonewtons. So this one kilonewtons T suffix E. And what is the TE meaning here? T is nothing but equivalent twisting moment. So twisting moment of the shaft, we have another relation pi by 16 into sigma s into d cube. So because we are calculating DC, so D suffix C I am writing, that equal to 22,740 kilo Newton mm. So here pi by 16 is, we know, that is a constant, and sigma s value. How much the sigma x? Sigma s value I am taking here 35 megapascal. Sigma s value I am taking 35 megapascal. So why I am taking this? Because this is the problem given plain carbon steel, and one statement is mentioned, assume whatever the data you required suitable manner. So that is the reason, based on the material type, I am selecting this 35 megapascal, and the DC value we don't know, that is the question mark here. Okay, now tell me the DC value. 22740 into 10 to the power of 3 and 16, 35 into pi cube root. Cube root. Now what is DC? DC value how much? How much the DC value? Calculated by square cube root of 22740 into 10 to the power of 3, 16, 35 divided by 35 into pi. Now DC value is of 150. Now see here, in the previous case, what is the case? When the crankshaft is at dead center, subject to maximum bending moment, same DC value we calculated, that is 205, we got the answer. But in this case, we are getting the answer 150. So for safe design, we need to take this, we need to adopt this DC value as a safe design, because the getting the safe value. So because you have to write the comment. What comment? Uh, this diameter 150 is less than the previously calculated value based on the uh, a date center. So for safe purpose, we are adapting this DC as a 205 mm. Okay. And now second point, design of shaft under flywheel. shaft under flywheel. So see here, assume this side of the crankshaft mounting the flywheel here. So due to this, there will be a vertical force acting downwards, W, isn't it? And here what we are designing, shaft we are designing, that is design of shaft under flywheel. One we are giving the name. Otherwise, design of shaft DS, flywheel FLY. It is going to measure in terms of mm. How much this one, that we are calculating. Size of the shaft. Okay. So see here, because of this reason, at the bearing 1 and bearing 2, there will be a two reactions here. So what are those? One is the HT1, HT2, FR1, FR2, isn't it? Otherwise, HR1, HR2. So at this particular point, this point is nothing but bearing. So this particular bearing, HT1, tangential, radial, two forces are acting. Now what is the resultant force here? R1, that is square root of HT1 plus HR1 square. So HR1, HT1 we already calculated, that is 42 square plus 47.3 square. So how much this one? 42 square plus 47.3 square, 63.3 kilonewtons. And bending moment at the juncture of the right hand crank. So here the bending moment, so already we derived this equation, bending moment at the juncture of the right side where the flywheel is located, that is R1 into B2 plus LC by 2 plus T by 2 minus FQ LC by 2 plus T by 2. So this equation already we derived in the design procedure. Now what is R1? 63.3 we got kilonewtons. B2 is a 400. LC is a 155. This also we got in the previous case. Thickness of the crank web is a 140. This also we got in the previous case. Minus FQ force. FQ force also we calculated 126.5 in the previous. LC by 2 plus thickness of the web 140 by 2. Substitute and get the answer. Just calculate it. I don't have calculator, Babu. You submit in the calci and tell me the answer. How much the answer? Sixteen into 10 to the power of 3 kilonewton mm. So it means 16 into 10 to the power of 6 Newton mm. Okay. And this is a bending moment at the juncture here. In the same manner, twisting moment at the juncture of the right hand side of the crank shaft TS1, that is Ft into R. Tangential force is 84 kilonewtons into radius of the crank is 300. 84 into 300 to 20,000 plus 25,200 kilonewton mm. So that means 25.2 into 10 to the power of 6 Newton mm. Now equivalent twisting moment. So because why I'm taking this equation, because bending moment, torque. So ms1 square ts1 square. So ms1 is a 16 into 10 to the power of 6. This is a 25.2 10 to the power of 6 square. Now how much this one? 16 into 10 to the power of 6 whole square, 25.2 into 10 to the power of 6 in whole square. So here I am writing 29.85 into 10 to the power of 6 Newton mm, that equal to TE. So what is TE? Equivalent twisting moment torque by shaft is sigma s into D S1 cube. Says here DS1 or D flywheel equal 29.85 to 10 to the power of 6. So this one is a constant. Sigma is question itself mentioned whatever the data is required. So assume and based on the suitable manner. And the is the size of the shaft under the flywheel that we are calculating now. So ds value how much? So based on the material, here I'm taking the ds value as a 42 megapascal. So d flywheel, size of the flywheel equals cube root of 29.85 into 10 to the power of 6 into 16 by 42 into pi. Now how much this one? Flywheel, diameter of the flywheel. Do it fast, Babu. Nobody responding. 24 students are there. Just tell me the answers. Otherwise, you put a message in a chat box. Diameter of the flywheel. Design of flywheel. Sorry, diameter of this shaft under the flywheel. How much this one? 153.5. It means nearly I'm taking 155 mm. Diameter of the shaft under the flywheel. This is second point. Now third point, design of right hand crank web. Right hand crank web. So for the design of right hand crank web, first we have to calculate the bending moment due to the component FQ. Because of this reason, what is the bending moment that we have to calculate? So bending moment is MR. So because FQ is having the two components, tangential component, one is a radial component. So here most of the failure is going to take place due to the both cases, MQ and FT, MR and MT. So first I am calculating MR. So MR is bending moment equation HR2 B1 minus LC by 2 minus T by 2. These all equations already we derived above. Okay. 47.3 HR2 just now we calculated at the beginning of this class. 400 155 by 2 minus 140 by 2. Now tell me this value. And bending moment, this is a equation from the line diagram. Now basic equation, we know that bending moment of the rectangular portion, that is mr equal from this equation, bending stress equation, m by z. So m by zr. So from this relation, what is mr? Sigma b into section modulus. Sigma b into section modulus. Sigma b is r because we are calculating radial. So that's the reason sigma b r I'm taking means bending stress in a radial direction. Okay. And section r, zr means section modulus in a radial direction. So section modulus in any direction, it will be same. That is 1 by 6 into w t square. Okay. And sigma b value how much? Sigma b value we don't know this one. And we calculated just now. This is the value mr from this relation. So first tell me this value. Now with this sigma b r is going to calculated in terms of megapascal. Okay. In the same manner, same again, mt tangential moment, that is ft into r minus ds1, otherwise flywheel, by 2. That is 84 into 300 minus 155 by 2. And generally we know what is the equation for this. That is from the bending moment relation. That is sigma bt into section modulus t. Okay. Now section modulus for the tangential is 1 by 6 into t into w square. It means here what is happening here, w into t square, here t into w square. That is a changing here. Now with this equation, what we are getting, sigma bt value in megapascal. Right. Now tell me this mr value. Mr value how much? 11.94 into 10 to the power of 6 Newton mm. And W value already we calculated. How much is the W value here? 245. T value 140. Right. Here also 245 and here 140. And now what is the FT value here? The FT value is 18.69 into 10 to the power of 6 Newton mm. Now tell me the sigma B and sigma B in radial direction, sigma B in a tangential direction. Sigma B in a radial direction, sigma B in a tangential direction. Do it fast. So this is a 14.9 megapascal and sigma BT is a 13.35 megapascal. So both we calculated. And because of this FQ force, there will be a direct force is acting. So that is direct forces we can call as a direct bending stress. So direct bending stress is due to direct radial force by area, that is 2 into W into T. So why I am taking 2? Because 2, see here, this is the one crank web and this is another crank web. So there will be two portions will be generated. So that is the reason 2 into W into T I written. So how much this one? FR we calculated 94.6 into 245 into 140. Now how much? 94.6 by 2 into 245 into 140. That is 138, 1.38, sorry, 1.38 Newton per mm square. Nothing but megapascal. Now how much total stress is acting? So there will be a one bending stress due to radial, bending stress due to tangential, and bending stress due to direct force acting. So total bending stress how much? That is total bending stress nothing but compressive stress acting at the crankshaft. So total how much? So total is if we add these three things, that will give the total result. So how much? One by one, 14.9 plus 13.35 plus 1.38. So how much this one? 13 plus 14 plus 1, 14, 14, 28, 1, 29, 29.63 Newton per mm square. That is 29 means I'm taking nearly value 30 megapascal. That is a total compressive force acting on the crankshaft. Okay, and now twisting moment and the crank arm is HT2 B1 minus LC by 2. That is 42 into 400 minus 155 by 2. How much this one? Tell me how much this value? 13.545 into 10 to the power of 6 Newton mm. And shear stress on the crank arm is shear force nothing but by section polar momentum of inertia. So that is 4.5 T by W T square. So 4.5 into T, 13.545 to 10 to the power of 6 by 245 W. T is a 140 square. Now how much this one? 12.7 megapascal. Now see here we got the total compressive force, stress and shear stress. Now maximum principal stress we have to adapt here. So maximum principal stress is that is sigma c by 2 plus 1 by 2 square root of sigma c square plus 4 shear square. Sigma c value we got as a 30 by 2 plus 1 by 2 square root of 30 square plus 4 into 12.7 square. Now how much this one? Do it first. 34.315 megapascal we got. So this is the maximum permissible limit. So by calculating maximum permissible limit, we are getting as a 34.35. Okay, so this 34.35 is not exceeding the permissible limit as given in the question. Otherwise, we can take from the based on the material, we can take the maximum permissible limit tensile or compressive stress. So it is a 45 megapascal. It is a 45 megapascal by material combination. So based on the material, this is the maximum safe limit. But by calculating the permissible value, we are getting 34.315. So that's the reason whatever the dimensions we are taking here, For here, this is the one. W is the width of the crank web and T is the thickness of the crank web. These dimensions are under safe limit. So that is the reason directly we are adapting W as a 245 and T as a 150. Right? And now just wait. Now design of the crankshaft under the bearings. Otherwise, design of the crankshaft bearing. This is a, this point, this is the one. This is the third point, and this is the fourth point. This is the fourth point. Design of crankshaft bearing. Bearing. So design of crankshaft bearing. So since here there will be two bearings. Here one bearing is there. Two bearings were attaching. The bearing two is mostly loaded with heavy load because there will be a flywheel and there will be a belt tension, isn't it? Only these bearings should going to check for the bearing pressure here. So suppose this is a bearing 1 and this is bearing 2, bearing 2. So this is the portion here. There will possibility locating for the flywheel, and this is a belt tension is provided here. So belt is for other purpose. Here maximum possibility of the load is going to generated at the bearing 2, vertically acting downward direction. So that's the reason if we check the bearing pressure at the number 2 bearing, so that is going to give the safe. It means if we calculate the safe dimensions for this one, so automatically it is a under safe limit. So for that, the reaction at the bearing to total reaction I'm calculating R2, that is Fp by 2 plus W by 2, because all whatever the force is generating here, dividing half of portion here. So Fp by 2, W by 2 plus belt tension T1 plus T2 by 2 plus any other parameter is there. So radial force is not considered here. And Fp by 2, 314.2 by 2. Load, flywheel weight is already given in the question 50 by 2. Belt tension already will be already given in the question 6.5 by 2. So how much this one? Total value 185.35 kilonewtons. This is the total bearing. This is the total reaction at the bearing 2. Now bearing pressure is nothing but this is the in terms of newtons. So bearing pressure is the equation. Bearing pressure is load by area. What is the area? L2 into ds1. So force is a 185.35 into 10 to the power of 3. L2 value already we calculated 365. DS value, design of the shaft under the flywheel already we calculated, that is DS1 155. So how much this one? 3.276 Newton per mm square. Now bearing pressure value is given in the question 5. Sometimes it may, if it is not given, we can assume the bearing pressure value 5 to 8 Newton per mm square. This is a permissible limit for the bearing pressure. But see here what we are getting here, bearing pressure value 3.276. It means nearly equal to 3.3 we are writing. I'm writing round figure value 3.3. It means the 3.3 value is getting less than the permissible limit. 3.3 is less than the permissible limit. So that's the reason whatever that till now we derived, we calculated the all design parameters and all the physical parameters of this crankshaft under the going to lie under the safe condition. Nothing but design is safe, right? So this is the chapter. This is the topic about the shaft, crankshaft, and next one in the fourth unit. The last topic already you studied in the dynamics of machinery subject, design of flywheel. So here, same things are going to involve what you learned in the